Good morning, YouTube land. Happy Sunday. It is August 11th. I just wanted to make this might be a little bit longer of a video because this is a video for the top 10 Japanese booster boxes. This is whether you're opening them or investing in them. I think when we compare it that way, opening and investing, opening for fun and to collect and investing, sometimes boxes could move a little bit in a ranking, I guess, but in this one here, we're kind of just trying to take all that into consideration. And so let's get started with that. First off, I do want to do an honorable mention. I do have 11 boxes on this list, but this is more of an honorable mention. This is Japanese triplet beat, and I thought it was triple beat, but I think where it's listed as triplet. Yeah, triplet beat, and that is the Masquerada, the Scarlet, and was that Quackaball or something like that? That would be I guess apparently they play music or something on the game. I'm not sure. My son was trying to tell me a little bit about that. But like this is the Paldea Evolved portion that has those lines, the Fuecoco, the Sprigatito, and the Quaxley line in it. The other two sets are Clayburst and Snow Hazard. And Snow Hazard has like the Chen Pao stuff, and then Snow Hazard. Clayburst has like the Iono and stuff. But anyway, this is the triplet beat here. These boxes, you can pick these up for about 46 bucks. Some places will be a little bit more, some will be a little bit less, but and each one of these boxes has like 8 hits, 3 of which are like illustration rares, and like one special illustration rare. So you pretty much get 8 hits on all these boxes, pretty much. The rest of your hits are going to be like EXs and stuff like that. But this has a kind of a low set value of around $357 to collect all the cards in here, and the big hit is the Dendro, which is like a $65 card. So it's not a bad set. I wish the set value was a little bit higher, and the big chase of Dendro only being $65 is it could be a little bit better, but Japanese sets are a lot smaller. Like I said, this is a third of Paldea Evolved, so $357 for the cheapest portion of Paldea Evolved, not bad. Well, actually, Snow Hazard might be a little bit cheaper. I think that's closer to $300, but and Snow Hazard's not on this list. I would stay away from that one for now. Those boxes will be cheap for a while. This one has the potential to go up. Like I said, it's a $46 box, and that's actually kind of high right now for this box. I mean, this should be down at like the $35 range, but it's running around 46 because people do like this set right here. This does have the Magikarp, which is only $28 in Japanese, but I think it's actually a good play if you can grab a handful of those Magikarps, the Japanese ones at 25. I'm pretty sure it will close that gap with the English one, but not like, because the English one's sitting at 114 right now. 28 is highly undervalued for that, but it does have a high rate of a gem rate when the English one doesn't. So you can get PSA 10s of the Japanese Magikarp for 60 bucks or something like that. But yeah, you got the boss's orders in here. Like I said, it has the whole line of the new starters, Masquerada, Sprigatito, all those guys, so yeah, so this is an honorable mention. I do believe that this one right here, if that Magikarp starts going crazy like it did in English, this could bump up onto the top 10 list of Japanese booster boxes to collect and to open. But yeah, this is my honorable mention. I'm gonna set these here. All right, now let's get into number 10. Number 10, we have another Scarlet and Violet set. This is Mask of Change. This is I guess this is one portion of the Twilight Masquerade, which is in English. This is the Ogerpon heavy portion of it. This one here, these boxes go for about $41. The set is about $404 to complete this set if you want to go buy all the singles. And the big hit on here is the Carmine. Everyone loves the that Carmine in here. In the English one, that Carmine is like $95, but in the Japanese here it's 86. So almost it's pretty close to the English one. We got 9 cards over $10 in this set, which is not bad for these small sets. Like I said, 9 cards over 10 and 4 of those cards over 20 bucks. A-spec cards are in here. So these boxes, the early Scarlet and Violet didn't have the A-spec, so they pretty much came with 8 hits. These ones with the A specs, you come with 9 hits if you count those A specs as a hit. So also there's this, like I said, there's the waifu chase with the Carmine and the Kiernan. You do get the gold Buddy Buddy Poffin, which might hold some value for a while because it's super playable. And then you got all those Okie Dokie, Monkey Dory, illustration rares and all that stuff. But the only bad thing about this set is it's carried by newer Pokemon, so it's not like the classic nostalgic Pokemon that carry this set. But this is our number 10 Japanese box. Now we're going to number 9. This is Violet EX. So this is, you know, one of the first two sets. This is SV1V. So this one and Scarlet came out at the same time, but this one right here is the I think this is the stronger set. So Violet EX, it's about $35 a box, which is the cheapest on this whole list. Probably it's $35 a box, but you can hit that Miriam out of here, and that Miriam is about $178 card. So it's one of the higher chase cards in this era. So you got the Miriam at 178. It's got 7 cards over 10, which is not as good as some of the other sets, and only 3 of those cards are over $20. You know, so this you know, and then like I said, it's heavily carried by the Miriam. But a big chase card, I do believe in the big chase card. So the Miriam being in here, being almost $200, $180 right there. You know, that's why this set's, it could be higher if it had a little bit more going on for the set, if it wasn't just for the Miriam. But yeah, so this is our number 9 box right here. Number 8, we're going with Paradigm Trigger. Now we're going back to Sword and Shield, and Paradigm Trigger is, you know, this is the last Sword and Shield set that had rainbow cards, you know, because after this was V-Star Universe, which is English Crown Zenith. In English, that's Crown Zenith. But Paradigm Trigger, this is heavily carried by the Lugia alt art, which is, it's worth more than the English one. It's at $221 right now. You know, the English one shot up close to that, and then it's back down to like if I'm not mistaken, $175 or something like that. But this has that Lugia chase in here. It's got, you know, the Reggie Drago in here. It's got that Unknown, and you got the rainbows and golds of the Lugia and the Reggie Dragos in here. But it's heavily carried by, just like the last set with the Miriam, it's heavily carried by the Lugia right here. So if you took the Lugia out of there, this would not be in my top 10 at all. So this is my number 8 right here. It's Paradigm Trigger, or I don't even know how you say that word. At number 7, we have a new box on the block here. This is Stellar Miracle, and I love this set right here. This one's actually, you know, you got these terrestrialized stellar cards with the rainbow borders in here. So for the first time, you're getting those rainbow border cards. Still has the A spec, so you're getting 9 hits out of a box here. So bang for the buck is pretty good. These boxes are running around 40. I could see them dipping down to about 35, 36, something like that soon, you know. But like right now, you can get these for $40. Like I said, it's the new set on the block, and this one here, being at number 7, the set value is pretty high at $662 to complete the set. But it's still fairly new, so I think that's going to come down. But I do think it's going to hold some pretty good value. You got the you know, that Stellar Terapagos is pretty popular. It's well received apparently. You got the waifus like Lacey, Briar, and Crispin. I mean, Crispin's a guy, but we say waifu anyway. So but yeah, so this set, it still has 14 cards that are worth over 10 and 8 cards over 20. So that's actually pretty good. I mean, it didn't dip too much, those card prices. So I got Stellar Crown up there. Like I said, $40 a box. You're getting 9 hits. This is my number 7 box, Stellar Miracle, which is English Stellar Crown. All right, hit number 6, Crimson Haze. And that artwork just amazing with the Blood Moon Ursaluna. So Crimson Haze here. These boxes are, again, this is another one going around $40 a box. You're getting 9 hits because of the A spec cards in there. 3 of those hits again in these last sets are going to be illustration rares. You're going to get 1 special illustration rare. So, and then the big card in here is the Greninja. It's not nowhere near in English. It's almost $300. It's being pumped so much. Everyone really wants that to be the next Moonbreon, but I think it's going to come down. But in the Japanese, it's a $78 card. The Greninja in here. You got 10 cards over $10 in this set. 4 cards over 20. So that's actually not bad for these smaller sets. This is half of the Twilight Masquerade. So this and Mask of Change. This is the stronger set. So that's why Mask of Change was, I had that down at my number 10 box, and this one over here sitting at the number 6 box, which is actually pretty good. You got the Lanas in here. There's a couple Lana cards in here. So moderate waifu chasers. The Eevee is in this set. Yeah, Eevee illustration rare with all the Eevees sitting in the living room on a couch or something. And then this is the first Blood Moon Ursaluna. Ursaluna is one of my son's favorite characters, and the Blood Moon was like his favorite version, from the game. So he was happy that they finally got a card of that. So he was telling me, way before this came out, that he was hoping that the Blood Moon Ursaluna would be added. So he that's one of his favorites here. So that is my number 6 box, Crimson Haze. Number 5, V-Star Universe. I got this sitting at number 5. I wanted this to be higher. I really did. Maybe a year or two ago, this would have been much higher on the list, but it suffers from the chase card being the Pikachu at 68 bucks, and you can only get it from God packs. But it does have God packs, which is a cool thing. But what it lacks in a big chase card is it's got a lot of chase cards for like people, a lot of moderately sized chase cards. I mean, this set has 22 cards that are over $10 and 10 cards over 20 bucks. No other set besides, no other set since, in my top 10 here before this is even close to that. So, and the set value on this one is $972. So to collect all the cards in here, it's almost $1,000 to collect all these in Japanese. So almost $1,000. And then we have there's kind of a little bit of a waifu chase with the Irida, the Elsa, Sparkle, and the Cynthia's in here. You got the Gardenia, so there's those. And then you also, pretty much this set has everything but a huge chase card. That's all it's lacking. You got the Mew and the Mewtwo's. You got Zards in here. It's got legendary dogs. It's got a couple evolutions. It's got the gold legendaries with the Giratina and Arceus and all that. So like I said, a little bit of everything. This is the third most expensive set that's going to be in this top 10 list at $972 to complete this set. And like I said, you have the chance of the God packs. I think there's 2 different versions of the God pack. You got the one that gives you the Pikachu, where that makes that picture, those 9 cards. And then I think there's the God pack where you get a bunch of the trainer galleries. I think I've seen both of those open. But yeah, this box will run you about $70. So it's one of the more expensive boxes on this list. But, I think it's well worth it because it's a fun rip. Me and my son have opened a couple of these boxes, and you're getting somewhere around 16 hits. If you hit one of those God packs, you're going to get over 20 hits out of a box of 10 packs. So it's ridiculously fun. This is probably, out of all the sets I've shown you so far, this is one of the funnest sets to open. If not, as a matter of fact, I could say that even the sets that I have ranked higher than this, that you'll see next, this is probably the funnest box to open, is V-Star Universe. And so that's why it's sitting at number 5. All right, we're going to number 4 on the list. Clayburst. Clayburst is another third of Paldea Evolved, and this is the Iono set. Iono is the largest chase card on this set. These boxes are $58 a box. It only costs $521 to complete this set, but Iono is worth $325 right now. It's the biggest chase in all of Scarlet and Violet, and it's bigger than a lot of chase cards from Sword and Shield, with the exception of, say, Moonbreon and a few other ones, from those earlier alt art sets. But yeah, so this Clayburst here, it does lack a variety. It's really carried a lot by the Iono, but it does have the Chiyu, the Tinglu, and it does have those illustration rares of the Raichu and Tyranitar, which are highly undervalued in the Japanese, they've been going crazy in the English set. But yeah, Clayburst, and like I said, it's only got 4 cards over 10 bucks in this set and 3 cards over 20. So the Iono really carries this. The Iono is what put this into that 4th spot right here, is the Iono, but it does have the potential with like the Tyranitars and the Chiyus and all that stuff. It's also got that Tinkatuff, so that line right there, it's got the potential to actually be valued much higher. It's just like I said, some of the stuff is undervalued in this set. The Iono is not. There's two big Iono chase cards in here, and the illustration rare and the full art. So that's why I have this box at number 4. And the price, 58 bucks. That's not too bad. $58. It's way cheaper than Paldea Evolved. You can get close to 3 of these boxes for the price of one Paldea Evolved booster box. So we are hitting into the top 3. And sitting at number 3, Shiny Treasures EX. This is the second funnest box behind V-Star Universe to open. These boxes are sitting at 42, but I think you can get these lower than that. Probably like $35 you can get these boxes, $32, something like that. You know, if you look around, try your hardest. I suggest you grab a couple of these boxes and open them. They're fun. Me and my son opened 6 boxes. On our 4th box, we had the big Charizard, so that was kind of fun. And then Charizard is the big chase. It's currently sitting about $90 in the Japanese, and I think it's closer to 110 in the English. But this set is the second highest set to complete because of all those baby shinies. And to complete this set, you're looking at 1,036 bucks. But when you open this box, you know, those 14 hits, you're getting like 3 baby shinies. You're getting full art or better special illustration. Some of these boxes have a second hit where you're going to get one of those trainer cards. So sometimes you can get the 15 hits, but they also have the God packs where you can get a bunch of baby shinies in a pack. So yeah, so this I got this sitting there at number 3 because it's also got you got a little bit of nostalgic Pokemon in there. You got Charizard, Gardevoir, you got the Mew. The Bubble Mew is so popular, everybody loves that. And there's a moderate waifu chase in here with you got an Iono in here. There's a few other waifus, and I think there's the Arvin. So yeah, this is a fun set to open. I got this sitting at number 3 because of all the cards and the set value so high, 136 bucks to complete it, to grab all those baby shinies and those awesome special illustration rares and all those trainers, the Clive, all that stuff. So yeah, this is fun. If you haven't opened any of these, I mean, like I said, for the price, it's cheap. You know, it's the V-Star Universe is around 70. This one's sitting around 40, so like $30 cheaper, and you're almost getting the same amount of hits. And it's got bigger chase cards than V-Star Universe. That's why I have it ahead of V-Star Universe. All right, number 2. Back to Sword and Shield with Lost Abyss booster box. This, we all know why this is expensive. So currently the market value on this is 77. So technically it's $2 over that $75 price point that I'm trying to keep this video at. But I'm getting these for way cheaper than that. I've got these boxes for 65, 70, you know, after tax, it's under 75 still. So you can find these for less. Yeah, it's some places you're gonna find, I see some people listing these for $90, $84, stuff like that. But this set here is about, yeah, like I said, $77 a box. You're gonna get about 8 hits out of this box. It's 7 hits guaranteed just about, and an 8th hit would be like that extra trainer card if you hit that, if you're lucky to get one of those boxes that has the extra trainer hit. But the only thing that's bad about that, your best hits in here is going to be hopefully an alternate art, and then a bunch of like V-Stars, and then you're going to get a bunch of EXs. There's no illustration rares in here, which kind of makes, that's what kind of sucks with the when you're at with like the Paradigm Trigger and the Lost Abyss. You know, it's you hopefully you get one of those big alt arts, because the rest of your cards are going to be like V-Stars and EXs, or Vs. Back then it was Vs, not EXs. But yeah, so Lost Abyss, again, the Giratina is $265. It's the second biggest chase card behind the Iono on my list here. You got the Aerodactyl and the Rotom, but you know, after that, you know, it's basically, it's really carried by the Giratina, but it's carried a lot by that card. That card is so undervalued compared to the English one being at $265. You know, the English one's up closer to $400. I believe it has room to grow. You know, people are going to start going looking for the Japanese one to save money instead of buying that English one. And these boxes are going up in price. I don't think it will be able to be on the top 10 under 75 list, you know, for too long. You know, this box is going to go up. So I like I said, it is carried by the Giratina. It is still inexpensive, but it is going up in price. But this is my number 2 box because of that Giratina, because it's a Sword and Shield box that's going up. You know, and then there's a few other good cards like the Aerodactyl, the Rotom, but Yeah, so that's my number two, and I think everybody knows what the number one set's gonna be. I mean, I've talked about this set so many times, and that's Japanese 151. This set right here, to complete this set, we're talking about a $71 box. To complete this set, the set list is worth $3,206. It's going up. Last week it was 3,190. Now it's 3,206. So the boxes are going up in price. The cards are going up in price. This set is like no other set. Like I was saying, the V-Star Universe had 22 cards over $10. This set has 101 cards over $10. 101. It's so expensive to complete this set. 101 of the cards that you can pull out of this box are over $10. You have on this one also 29 of those cards are over $20. 29 cards over $20 just to get those cards right there is like the majority of the set. The top hit is the Pikachu Master Ball, and that's sitting at $231 right now. The average of the top 5 hits is $113. That's the average of the top 5 hits, and it's hard. I mean, 113. No other set had an average even close to that. I mean, we're looking at I think even with some of the big chases, the highest average, like in Lost Abyss here, it was like $80 for the top 5. So we're talking about 113. This one has all the nostalgia. You got the Charizard, you got the Pikachu, we got all the Master Balls in here, you got the God Packs. There's only one real waifu chase, but it's pretty big. You got the Erica. There's 3 Ericas. There's a $22 full art. There's a $38 Master Ball, and then there's a $55 special illustration rare. This set literally has no flaws to it. Everything about it, all the way around. I mean, like I said, all the nostalgia, all the big characters, the Master Ball chase, which you don't get in the English. That right there alone makes this probably not just the best set to open, not just the best investable set. It's just that set it's ridiculous. So right now, all these Japanese boxes are a lot lower than they were 6 months ago, a year ago. The Japanese economy is doing really bad right now. The Japanese the yen to the dollar is at an all-time low, but there's a little bit of we're starting to see a little bit of rebounding in that. But like I said, so right now there's a lot of people that are hurting for money out there. They're selling these boxes for a lot cheaper. Even we'll go back to the Moonbreon. The Japanese Moonbreon has gone down 33%. That was like a $1,500 card raw. Now it's sitting around $1,000. I mean, it's that card used to be a $2,000 card. People who are hurting for money are actually selling off stuff. But here's what happens when that Japanese market, they rebound, the yen starts getting stronger, people are starting to get more work, people are making more money. Those people that were buying these boxes and selling them are gonna come back. All these boxes, I mean, these Lost Origin boxes were $100. Where was it at? One box that I always was looking at was the Clayburst. So when it came down to Clayburst here, I was trying to stockpile these, and they were sitting around $105, $110 for the longest time. And so for Clayburst to be down at $58 a box, these are going to go back up to that. And so the good thing about the Japanese boxes right now, getting boxes for $35, $50, $60, $70, it's not too much of a stretch for a $50 box to be a $150 box in a couple years, and you're tripling your money. But in that same English set, we're looking at $138 for Paldea Evolved. How long is that going to take to triple from 138 to 390, whatever that is? I think that's going to take a lot longer than this box to hit 150. That's just my thought. All investing is speculative, but when you speculate correct, you make money. When you speculate incorrectly, that's why you either lose money or your gains could have gained more somewhere else. As long as you're getting gains, hey, I mean, you can't look at what somebody else gained more than you on something, it's just, you just got to look at the gains you have and be happy with that. So Yeah, so this was my top 10 Japanese boxes under $75. If I was to bump it up to, no number, of course, EV Heroes would be on this list, Blue Sky Stream, a few other sets. But like I said, under $75, these are good investments. These are good, cheap boxes to open. A lot of times you're not going to get your money back. But at that cost, at a $50 box, a $35 box, $40 box, it's not as much of a gamble. And it's kind of that's your fun cost to open one of these boxes is so low. I mean, that's why I do like the Japanese stuff, and the quality is much better. I mean, when you hold a Japanese and an English card next to each other, the Japanese one is just so much more brilliant, so much more shine. The colors are so much nicer, and in some cases, some Japanese cards are worth more than their English counterpart. In some cases, the English is worth more than Japanese counterpart. If you just like the artworks and you like to collect it, like my son, he don't care if the card's Japanese or English. In his binder, it's all the same to him. So I mean, that's another thing you gotta look at and think about. If you're just in it for the artworks and stuff like that, that's one thing. If you're in it for playability, well, then this is worth nothing to you because you don't play the Japanese sets and you gotta go with the English. But it's for me. I like sealed boxes. I like sealed investing. I'm not a collector. I just like to invest. But then I have my son on the other side who loves opening, and for him, his favorite box to open was this. He said this was his funnest set ever to open, whether English, Japanese, Korean, he doesn't care. Whatever language it was, this box was his favorite box to open. So getting these somewhere in between the range of $30 to $40 if you can, I highly suggest that's what you grab and open right here. One of the funner sets to open. I mean, if you're not into the baby shinies and stuff, maybe you want to go with the V-Star Universe at 70, and 151 at $70 would be my pick, because that when you're opening 151, it's that anticipation. Which Master Ball am I getting? You know you're getting some illustration rares. You're gonna get a full art or better, hopefully, and one of the special illustration rares. But it's that Master Ball. Every single box has one Master Ball, and you're sitting there like anticipating every pack and looking at each reverse holo until you see which one's that Master Ball. And that right there, to me, is why Japanese 151 is the best set. It's those Master Balls, all the nostalgia, all the news around it, the good, the bad news, all the hype around this set. This set is going to be remembered for years. People 10, 20 years down the road, it's just that set. So yeah, number one, Japanese 151. I don't think that's going to change anytime soon for the Japanese market, or for the English market for that matter. English 151. So it's also the set of this era. All right, end of my top 10 Japanese booster boxes under $75. Have a good rest of your weekend, and I'll see you on the next one. All right.